Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Today we are on Barren Badlands. Again, another change from Tournament Desert. Listen to feedback. People are getting bored of Tournament Desert, so here we are with a different map. We've got Boycah against Sexiie with some imbalanced armies. So we've got Sexiie on the right-hand side in the pink, a China tank, and in the left-hand side we've got GLA Tox in the red for Boycah. Dropping down a fake barracks and a supply. Very, very standard, and Sexiie looking like he's going to go 2 supplies, possibly 2 war factories. I think he'd be pretty, maybe, I don't know, dare I say it, pretty silly to do anything different than 2 war factories, because the vehicles for China tank are cheaper, and, well, generally cheaper. Like the Gatling cannon, for example, is cheaper than the normal China, but they're also vetted as standard as well. And the Battle Masters, you can actually get the upgrade to vet them up to level 2. So let's see what he's going to go for. Generally, that's why you want to be doing 2 war factories. Let's see if he's going to drop one down here, or he could be going to fast propaganda center. Now he is going for the fast second war factory. Meantime, Boycah is doing a tunnel in a pretty common spot in this top kind of area. Barren Badlands is quite a unique map, a very unique map actually, because this huge long ridge along the top with the big cliff there really prevents you from defending, for example, this third supply really easy, unless you've got your second war factory up here, because otherwise your units have got to come out of the war factory, go all the way around, and then go all the way in on this top. So yeah, Barren Badlands is a very unique map. You've got these bunkers in the center as well. We've got a technical, possibly dropping off a worker for Boycah. Yeah, dropping off worker, going to finish off that tunnel that was denied by the truck. And the truck is going to chase the technical around, and the mines spawn in just the right time. Dozer goes down, but the supply survives. Does take a little bit of damage though. Flamer is going to go and greet the Tox tunnel, but the Tox tunnel is going to survive. The Tox tunnel is very, very strong against one Flamer. Flamer will be able to get a bit of damage off, but the Tox tunnel will survive. It takes 2 Flamers simultaneously to attack to kill the Tox tunnel. Boycah again, still not got the veterancy on the technicals, and the reason is he spent his gem point on the Marauders, and a Gatling cannon was picked off there from Sexiie, and that's actually got this to vet 1 now. But if he did have the veterancy, vet 1 from the general's points, that would be on vet 2 and would be able to self heal now. But the Marauders are very strong as well, so let's see how Sexie's going to deal with this. It's so far not looking the greatest for Sexiie. Boycah has got tunnels established on both flanks for Sexie's base. The power is now taking damage. There's a Marauder and a load of RPGs in the mix. So these units here from Sexiie are not really going to be able to engage this, because there's so many RPGs. These units are going to go down very, very fast from Sexiie, and those Battle Masters have to go back. Meanwhile, Sexiie seems to have denied this tunnel now. The tunnel is going to be rebuilt, and if Sexiie pops any units out of there, sorry, if Boycah pops any units out of there, the Battle Master probably will go down, but actually he seems to have denied it completely, so it is going to go down. Meanwhile, there's a big engagement here. We've got a vet 2, or sorry, a double scrap Marauder. But Sexie's taking way too much damage here. Boycah a little bit bad micro over there with his RPGs, walking around a little bit too much when he should have been firing on that Gatling cannon. He's going to lose a load of RPGs for that. Boycah in the meantime has really well done, expanded to a 3rd supply and dropping down a 2nd arms dealer. Really good moves, because a lot of players will get stuck or hung up on the attack and they won't expand behind it. Very important to expand behind it, and that's exactly what Boycah has done. It's got an RPG, needs to go inside of a tunnel there. RPG is roaming around. It's got some RPGs inside of there, I think, and should be able to kill that Battle Master nice and easy. Meanwhile, Sexiie is holding on. He has only got 1 Dozer left. The power plant has been rebuilt. We got the Battle Master has been picked off, and now we've got a fully scrapped up technical for Boycah. It's now vet 3 and scrapped up twice. So that's going to be really, really hard to deal with for Sexiie now. Power plant once again taking damage, probably going to go down. Boycah not paying attention for a second, going to lose 1 of the RPGs. Power plant is killed, and the splash damage from the death of the power plant has killed the Gatling cannon as well. So, or the Gatling tank rather. This flank is still established to Boycah, and Boycah is going to push in once again. So yeah, Boycah pushing forward once again. Battlemaster going to go down. Another Battlemaster potentially going to go down. And Sexiie really wants to scrap up these Marauders because without the double scrap, they're actually not that strong. Versus the Battlemasters, which are Vet 2 as standard for Sexiie because he has spent the General's promotion on that. I'd like to see Boycah potentially going for the oils behind this. He's floating 4k. Got Sexiie on $350, so literally spending every penny. Building the propaganda center. He did stop for a little bit to probably build the power plant. Had to be rebuilt. Got a load of units here for Sexiie, but I feel like he probably needs to be... I was going to say maybe he needs to be sending units back, because if he loses this area of his base, he's lost the whole game. Meanwhile, these units here are just kind of sat idle, not doing anything for Sexiie. Plenty of quads mixed in for Boycah, and you're probably thinking, why has Boycah mixed in quads when he's against tank? He's predicting that there's going to be a helix, just in case. So yeah, he has mixed in a load of quads as well. Boycah is deciding to sell off his tunnels. You don't actually get that much money from selling a tunnel. I can't remember exactly how much you get. It's something like $200 or something ridiculously cheap like that, because you get the 2 free units with it, the 2 RPGs, and they're worth 300 each. So I think you get 200. But what it does do is stops Sexiie from gaining the XP from killing the buildings. Weirdly, Boycah is going to allow this tunnel to finish. The worker is going to go down, not going to be able to complete it. Hopefully Boycah cancels that and gets the $800 back. He's not paying attention though and just loses that. I'm not sure quite what he's paying attention to. Probably over here. He's got 2 double scrap Marauders now, but they are not vetted though, so I would like to see them vetted, because I don't think the scrap actually does that much for their HP or for their armor. I think they go down. They still go down very, very quick. But once you get like Vet 3 or Vet 2, they are very, very strong. Boycah is now taking head-on engagement here versus the tank, and this picks off 1 Battlemaster, but the more Battlemasters are coming in. But the double scrap Marauders now here as well. But you see, actually that took quite a bit of damage, that double scrap Marauder. One of them going down. Again, a big engagement, but bad for Boycah really. He's lost all of his double scrap Marauders. And there was a load of other scrap there as well, and he stopped weirdly on the edge of it. I personally would have carried on pushing forward, because it would have made the quad stronger. I think he wanted to kind of hang back in this hope of scrapping up another Marauder. But these units for Sexiie are continuing to push forward, and Boycah is taking heavy damage. Sexie's army is thinning out though. It only has a few Battlemasters left in the mix now, and we've got quite a few Scorps now. Boycah has switched into Scorps. They are cheaper at 650 apiece. They can fire 1 rocket as well, if you get the rocket upgrade, which you always want to be doing if you're making Scorps. Boycah in the meantime is going for the oil capture, but there is a Lotus out now, and Lotus is also going for the oil capture. Lotus is probably going to be able to capture the building. I'm not sure if Boycah is paying attention to that bike at the moment. But a GAT is going to go up there to help this, but there is a tunnel being established by the oil at the same time. This is the oil at the bottom right hand side of the map. Of course, there is an oil at the top left as well, which Boycah is also going for with a bike. The bottom right oil, the rebel is going to be denied, but a rebel ambush has been deployed and actually killed the Lotus and the GAT as well. So that's definitely worth it. He's going to be able to use them rebels as well now to catch the capture the oil for himself. So really well played. That of course does mean he's got a command center, only just building a 3rd arms dealer and not a palace. That could potentially be a mistake. I personally would prefer to be building a palace, but it is a big map and it does allow a 3 war factory build order from a GLA. It does work. I've seen Caro, another well-known player. He's done 3. Well, he likes to do 3 war factories as GLA on this map. Plenty of times I have seen that. This potentially is not the greatest of engagements, because there's quite a few Battlemasters here for Sexiie. I've also just clicked on one of the Battlemasters as well, and you can actually see that he's got the autoloader upgrade, and that means that they fire a lot quicker. So he's going to be able to, the damage output of this these units is going to be absolutely immense. So maybe actually dropping down a 3rd arms dealer for for Boycah wasn't such a bad idea. We've got a Scorp in the base of Sexiie now doing some harassment. It's just a little bit out actually, so not able to cause maximum damage. So we've got a load of terrorists now out for Boycah, and they're causing quite a bit of damage to Sexie's army and at least pushing him back. We've got 4 Battle Masters dropped off for Sexiie, using the reinforcement Battle Master drop ability rather than investing into like artillery. And it's actually a really good thing, and actually not something that you most commonly see. But if you think about it this way, an artillery shot is fired and used once, and it can probably kill 1 building, maybe 2 if you're lucky, or maybe even 3. But Battle Masters, they could probably kill, well actually what they can kill is actually endless. They could kill 3, 4, 5 buildings if they're left untouched, especially with the autoloader upgrade as well. Boycah does manage to clear this up. They'd only managed to kill 1 supply in that instance. Lotus is back in the mix. Boycah is now on both oils, and he's still got 3 supplies. That one is rebuilding. So he's going to be on plenty of cash. Sexiie in the meanwhile is also on 3 supplies. His main is almost mined out. We've got a big engagement here from Sexiie and Boycah, and Boycah's army is winning. He just literally has so many units. Boycah being Boycah and not selling his arms dealer, allowing Sexiie to take it and actually sell it for himself. So Sexiie should get $1,250 there. I think he also gets the XP from the Lotus being able to capture it as well. Bit of a mistake there from Boycah, because all he was really doing there was attack moving. He wasn't really doing anything else, I don't think. Got a sneak attack from Boycah, and a Anthrax bomb has been dropped off as well. A little bit too close to the tunnel though. I'm pretty sure that's dealing damage to everything that's coming outside of the tunnel. And also Boycah's evacuated his whole army here. And probably going to be going for the base trade, because it looks like Sexiie is in the main base of Boycah as well, and because Boycah has literally evacuated his base and allowed Sexiie to get another arms dealer, another cell as well. Yeah, it's going to be a base trade situation. Radar van would be a nice escape from Boycah. Boycah, of course, is the GLA, so a base trade is going to favour a GLA. What Boycah can do here is force fire the ground if he wants to push in, but instead I'm not sure where he's going. I don't like this decision making from Boycah. He's so far allowed 2 arms dealers to be captured. He Anthraxed in not the greatest of places. The Anthrax bomb would have been great here, not in the main base of Sexiie. Boycah is actually managing to push this back. He's actually clearing up the middle units from Sexiie as well. Sexiie is fighting back here though, and the Scorps are actually thinning out now for Boycah. Actually, the armies for both players are thinning out here. I think Boycah is probably... Is he just going to win? Actually, Sexie's just going to win. I wasn't really sure who's going to win that engagement at all. 2 of Sexie's units survive and almost 0 HP. So it's been trade-offs all over the map. Pretty much both players at the moment don't have many units on the screen. But we've got Boycah on both foils, and he's still on 2 arms dealers. We've got Sexiie with 2 helixes now. He has transitioned into some air units. Carpet bomb coming in, and it's going to hit the arms dealer in the main base of Boycah. So Boycah is now actually on 3 arms dealers again, because he has produced 2 here. He's floating 6k. Sexie's dropping off some mines right outside of the barracks for Sexiie. Sorry, for Boycah. Tunnel being re-established in Boycah's base. So Boycah has still pretty much got his 3 main supplies. Those 2 are almost mined out. That one is mined out. That supply for Sexie's mined out. His second supply mined out. And his third supply got 16k left. Sexie's support powers are coming raining in now. I think this is the double Battle Master drop. Yep. So he hasn't got any artillery, but actually if you think about how useful the artillery is, and how it can only kill like 1 building if you get like the maximum, or if you get the second level. At this stage in the game, would you prefer to have 4 Battle Masters, or would you prefer to have a level 3 artillery? Personally, I probably would prefer to have the 4 Battle Masters, because now he's going to be able to win this engagement and kill, for example, that war factory. Don't know, swinging some roundabouts, but let me know what you'd prefer. So Boycah is going to lose his arms dealer. There is 1 GAT in the mix here. It's going to be useful for clearing up these RPGs. We're still in the main base of Boycah. Boycah's got plenty of quads and Scorps in the mix, a well-rounded army. But Sexie's also mixing his army up very, very nicely as well. He's got the Battle Masters in combination with the Helixes. But these RPGs are really, really deadly towards these Battle Masters, as Battle Masters literally can't do anything. Battle Master's now going to come in and trade off and kill a few Scorps. So there's only a few Scorps left in the mix. Got a load of units of Boycah though, still on this like third supply area. Palace is finally going down. Stinger Sight's been placed down as well. Boycah going into more of a survival mode now, rather than the aggressive player that we were seeing a few minutes ago. Only the three arms dealers. We've got sneak attack back in the base of Sexiie, and he's probably going to lose most of his base. Boycah needs to put all of these units inside of his tunnel and do one big attack rather than just attacking with a few, because the Helix is probably going to come in there and clean up most of that, or all of it. Helix is clearing out some tunnels. Sexiie in the meantime has cleared the top left oil and taken it for himself. The bottom right oil is still there for Boycah though. Sexie's taking heavy damage in his main base, and there's not actually that many units here as well. This tunnel, or the sneak attack, is probably going to go down, I was going to say, but actually I think that Vet 2 quad there is the one that's scaring him off, but also there's another load of quads out now as well. Most of these quads are actually useless against the Battle Masters unless you've got like massive numbers of them. It's the RPGs and the Scorps that cause the damage. So for the time being, Sexiie actually doesn't have that much. He managed to fly in and kill the oil now for Boycah. He's going to kill the bunker at the bottom right, but these quads are in the perfect position. Probably going to pick off one Helix there. Yeah, going to pick off one Helix. But what that's allowed Sexiie to do is to fly back over to the sneak attack and actually manage to clear out a load of Scorps, and probably going to clear out the sneak attack as well. But there are loads and loads of quads here. Sexie's going to need some good support powers or something, because literally what he has on the screen right now is not enough to deal with what Boycah's got. Boycah is still floating. He's got almost 6k, which is a bit disappointing from Boycah. He's winning the game, but I mean, but could he have won the game faster if he wasn't floating all the time? He's now spent everything, every penny on something. I'm going to guess on units. He's dropped down a black market as well, so most of it on units, probably the rest on the black market and the units. You see, when you got the quads in numbers and they're vetted and they're scrapped up and everything, they just chew through the Battle Masters. So Anthrax bomb once again coming in, and it's going to land exactly where the Battle Master drop-off is. Of course, those Battle Masters will re-heal and they need to move out of the way, but it's going to stop Sexiie for the time being from collecting. He has got another load of spare trucks though, so those trucks, if they die, doesn't matter so much. So the game has slowed right down with literally to the last few units on the screen. We've got how many? We've got 5, 6, 7 Battle Masters in the center of the map for Sexiie. We've got a Lotus and 2 Helixes versus a full tunnel of probably mostly quads. But then we've got another load of quads as well. Stinger's placed down as well. Boycah's got 1 market and 1,192. Sexie's got loads of money actually, 7,600. He's still producing units out of his war factory, and I hope that's not anything but a Battle Master. A Battle Master will survive, but if it was like a Flamer or something, it probably won't survive long enough to get like out to here. Boycah's decided to move out. Moving out with all his quads, a few Scorps in the mix as well. Sneak attack has been placed down, so he's used this little attack here to kind of gain some map control. We've got potentially mines or EMP. I think that's going to be EMP. Yeah, an EMP, and that's going to allow these Battle Masters here to clear out most of this anyway. That Battle Master already doing most of the work. You see with the autoloader upgrade, it's doing massive work. The Scorps and the quads for Boycah in the meantime are pushing, and Sexie's third supply is highly likely going to go down. So we've got a bit of a base trade situation again here. Sexiie losing the land at the top. whereas Boycah is losing his original third supply, which actually has mined out now completely anyway. The Battle Masters are now killing the workers very, very slowly. Helixes are going to come in, and actually most of the army here for Boycah has been destroyed. Only one quad survived and picked off one helix, but the whole army now for Boycah has been cleared out. Sexiie only on a few last buildings now, but he does have a load of Battle Masters here at the bottom. He's still got the Lotus, and I don't think Boycah has all that too much. He's got a tunnel with about 5 or 6 units inside of there. And all the workers are running across the map. This helix, though, is going to be able to clean them up. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that helix can vet up from killing those workers. I might be wrong, but the helix is going to go down regardless. Boycah really smartly putting his quads just there, just in range to kill the helix. And the helix has gone down. Yeah, Sexiie not paying attention there. These Battle Masters are going to continue to push forward, though. And thinking back to the support powers again, Boycah's going to very shortly have the Rebel Ambush, probably Sneak Attack, and probably the Anthrax Bomb. Whereas Sexiie is going to have Battle Master drop-offs, and he's going to have Carpets. But these RPGs here are just completely clearing this all out. Boycah's bust does go down. And that bust should just die. Yeah, it should just die. Or it will just die, rather. There's loads of RPGs out for Boycah now, and the game is going to slow right down. We've still got these workers here. Both oils. Actually, sorry, I say both oils, but actually Sexie's oil is still there. Sexie's also really slowly collecting from there, and he's also got another 4 Battle Masters just dropped off. So yeah, really weird and close situation. Another game that's going to go down to the wire. Only the best replays on this channel. We've got a copy bomb coming in, and the bus, really unlucky, is going to take that smack back in the face, and the bus is going to instantly go down. Boycah's only got 1,000 left now, and I think a bus costs 1,000. It might be... It's either 1,000 or 1,100. I think it's 1,000. And it's 1,100 for demo, I think. Testing my knowledge here. Sexiie is continuing to collect. There's only $675 left. Boycah's on 1460, but Sexiie does have this oil, and Boycah's going to go and try and find this oil. Sexiie is looking like he wants to try and go and defend the oil, which actually is a really, really smart move, because that's going to be his only source of income for probably the rest. Well, actually, the whole rest of the game, unless he gets to a propaganda center again and hackers, which is highly unlikely. Gatling cannon here is going to find the... Oh, sorry, Gatling tank, rather. I keep calling it a cannon, but it's cannon is the defense. But that Gat is actually not paying attention. It's a little bit slow. Sneak attack has been deployed, and we've got a load of vetted quads there. Going to really, really quickly kill the oil. And those units are going to be able to escape. All the workers have now been killed. Rebel ambush placed down on top of the gap, but the mines are right there, and the rebels are going to probably all die to the mines. Oh, yeah, they're all going to die. It'd be nice if Boycah just stops that. I don't know why he's just... Okay. I don't know why he just carried on. It's not like he's controlling anything else anywhere else on the map. Because that is going to be a really nice scout. See the massive vision that it has. That's actually probably something I would change about Zero Hour. I would make it a bit more like in StarCraft 2, the infantry only have a vision of like maybe that, for example, whereas in Zero Hour it's like double that. Flamer is going to come in and kill the arms dealer. Yeah, I would reduce the field of vision for most of the units. Because I feel like you only have to put a few RPGs on the edge of your base or a few ranges on the edge of your base, and you can pretty much see the whole map most of the time. or most of the map. Maybe it should be a little bit more fog of war and reduce the vision. Because you see, like now, this rebel is just here. This is providing a massive scout. That's why I was hoping that Boycah would save at least one of them. He luckily did.
A warrior has
Provides a massive scout, but the mines there are going to kill the rebel eventually. Feels like Sexie's got a crazy amount of units considering he's on very little income. The Tox Bomb is going to come in and immediately kill the Flamer. The Flamer is going to go down. Battlemaster there is going to escape. EMP on Mines coming in. Lotus is going to capture the command center. That's really well done. Really well timed. He's waited until the Rebel Ambush has been used. Waited until the Tox Bomb has been used. EMP the command center so he can double ensure that nothing can be used. Carpet, really nice time as well. But this Palace is going to be really, really hard to kill. Sexiie looks like he wants to sacrifice the Battlemasters to try and kill the Palace. It might be worth it. He is going to kill the Palace. But Boycah now has a load of units out. And, well, actually, I say that one bus there alone is going to be really, really hard to kill. Boycah again allowing their building to be captured by the Lotus. It's pretty big mistakes coming out of Boycah. Not selling any one of his buildings. I know each time Sexiie is trying to do the capture at the same time as an attack. It's a really common and good thing to do to allow the capture to come in, but Boycah needs to be prepared for that and needs to be selling buildings. It's a big one that you can't really afford to lose. Boycah's last building now is taking. This is probably going to finish the game. Those Battlemasters there are going to finish the game. It's the last building for Boycah. Boycah's still somehow... Oh, Boycah's still got a barracks over here. The Battlemasters have cleared out the barracks, but there is another barracks placed down at the bottom right-hand side of the map, and Boycah is still in this just by the skin of his teeth on the last building. He could sell all of these and maybe have enough for a command center. I'm not sure how much you get from the Stingers. If you get 450 each, and you get, 450 each and 200 from each of those, you could sell all of that and build a new command center. Maybe. This is why it's good to have excellent knowledge of the game, because I think you could do that. Now he's placed down a barracks. Of course, that's not going to be able to happen now, but yeah, it all comes down if you get 450 from the Stinger site. I think you do, because you get half the building value. Unless it comes free with units, but the Stinger site doesn't come free with units. Boycah's barracks has been found. Maybe Boycah's idea of spreading the barracks around and building a few more buildings rather than having one command center is actually a good idea, because the Lotus, if you just build one building, one command center, then the Lotus could just come and capture it. What it actually might be worth doing is keeping these barracks on 99% rather than letting them complete. So now when the Lotus comes in, it actually wouldn't be able to capture it, but if it's going to take any damage, then you can then just cancel it and get your money back. Because at the moment he's losing money now, because he's only getting $250. I'm actually surprised he sold that one and actually didn't let Sexiie get it. Makes a change. Rebel's going to lose his life there to the truck, and Boycah's potentially going to lose his only worker. It depends if this carpet does enough damage to that building or not. Worker is going to survive and going to be able to go and repair the barracks. I would like to see Boycah sell. He already has placed down a scaffold. But I'd like to see one on like 99% so then you can cancel it. It's a really smart thing to do. So we're literally down to the last few units. There's a sneaky Battlemaster here, trying to find Boycah's last scaffold. The bus is going to clean that up. Lotus is going to capture the other only remaining barracks for Boycah. Truck on 0 HP is going to kill that RPG. I'm not sure what's inside of there. It might be a rebel. Might be an RPG, but I'm pretty sure it would have fired on that if it was an RPG. The scaffold there is going to go down for Boycah. That's pretty much the last of his only last bit of money. There is mines here, and does Boycah remember or know that there is mines? The quad cannon is going to get just past it and then walk all the way onto the mines. Of course it is. There is a Scorpion as well, and a battle bus. Battle bus clears out the Gatling cannon. The Dozer taking damage. A bit of a mistake there from Sexiie. Sexiie should be having that way back here to try and heal the command center. Boycah, of course, has just walked straight onto the mines, despite him knowing that there are mines there. And the command center is going to be taking really, really slow damage. The Scorp is really on the edge of mines, so I feel like a good, well-placed command power here, like a carpet, EMP, a double Battlemaster drop. Actually, he's choosing to go for the base trade. He's choosing to go and kill that rather than defend his own base. And I think actually that's a wise move because Boycah's on 690, so he could place down another one. I'd let that get to 99% and leave it. I don't know why he keeps letting him complete. Another scaffold placed down there for Boycah. I don't know if he cancelled that one or not. But yeah, rather than Sexiie defending his command center, maybe actually going for that and trying to kill that potential last scaffold was worth it, because trying to defend against this battle bus is going to be pretty hard. So I think he wanted to go for the win there, but not realizing that Boycah actually has this new barracks down the bottom right. Boycah's on 465, so actually he's gaining money from killing these units, which is allowing him to build more and more scaffolds. Sexie's now spotted the other scaffold. So literally a scaffold, barracks, and a fully loaded battle bus versus command center and half-dead supply. Oh, there is a Scorp in the mix as well. Carpet is going to come in and hit this. Is Boycah going to cancel it though? Nah, Boycah's not paying attention, so he does lose that. At the moment, as it stands, he doesn't have enough to build another barracks. That's literally his last one. What is this? EMP? Or mines? EMP. Boycah has built a rebel. That might come back to bite him actually, because he's only got 489. He's not able to build another scaffold, so if one of these support powers manages to kill that now, the only one actually is the double Battlemaster drop, which has been used. Of course, Boycah's continue to walk on the mines. I'll just leave that for the time being and not move it, because it's gonna self-heal. But this command center now is taking so much damage. There is a Lotus though here. Not sure where that Lotus has actually been for the whole time, but it's now coming back in to sell this, to capture this. And because Boycah has spent $200 on a rebel, actually he's cancelled something or made money from something. He's made money from that truck. He's going to place down another. Yeah, he's placed down another scaffold. And I don't think Sexiie can win now, because he's not going to be able to do that. He's not got anything that can produce any damage, so it's literally down to the last scaffold. Yeah, Sexiie can't win now, and it was all because of that truck. Otherwise, Boycah would be dead. Because of that one truck there has given Boycah the bounty. Yeah, Boycah can now no longer win. There's 2 scaffolds. And that's GG. Wow, one supply trick there has cost Sexiie the game. Yeah, crazy. Just shows in Zero Hour how literally the tiniest of mistakes, or just a single one unit, can make such a massive difference. In that case, I think that supply truck actually cost him the game, because otherwise Boycah would have had no buildings and he didn't have enough money to build down another scaffold. I don't even know if Sexiie realizes that. Maybe even after watching the replay does he even realize that. But yeah, I definitely noticed, and yes, a single supply truck has kept Boycah in the game, I think. So yeah, really well played to Boycah. It was an imbalanced army, so Boycah should really be winning that anyway, but Sexiie is a good enough player to make it right down to the wire. We can see 125 units destroyed for Boycah, 181 for Sexiie, so Sexiie actually destroyed loads more. Boycah collected loads more though, probably because he was on oils for the majority of the first half of the game at least, whereas Sexiie was only on 1 for the second half, and he destroyed the other. Boycah, of course, did have a black market as well, and I imagine he got worker shoes. Actually, that's one thing I didn't check in this. I think he did, but I'm not 100% sure. But he collected, yeah, 117k to 96k. So yeah, GG, another 34-minute game, as we can see there in the top right in the 0 hour time. Another game right down to the wire, another epic replay. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. GG, and I'll see you in the next one.